when did you plan to escape North Korea?
So me and the younger brother is passing, but when we crossed halfway, and then the North Korean soldiers fire. Because in North Korea, everything is state controls. You are not human, you are animal. So in my country's textbook also teaching how religion is evil, genocide happening in North Korea. Starvation is not finished, it is still happening. Half population is malnutrition in North Korea. So we also same. When I arrived in China, there is many smugglers and hours human trafficking. Also sold out is 5,000 yuan. So now it could be 600 pounds. And they handcuffed me, the police. I want to spoke to my son, the security prison camp. So, but we stayed maximum countries. We never moved that.
Is it Ji Hyun?
Yeah, Hyun. Yeah.
Hyun.
Yeah.
Ji Hyun Park.
Yeah.
Right. Is it the most common surname?
Yes, it's the same North and South Korea. It's the same surnames. Yeah, most common. Yeah.
Weren't South Korea and North Korea the same
Language.
years ago?
Yes, yeah. It's the same history, but we divided in 1950s.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's
because
very
it's a
recent.
Korean War. Yeah, Korean War is happening in 1950. The 1945 World War II finished, and then Korea Revolution under the Japanese colony. But after two countries divided, but not divided. The reason that is we 36 years during the Japanese colonies. So America and the Soviet Union is looking for Korea. First is the few years because it's a new country. We didn't law or politics everything that. But 3 years after is United Nations, they wanted to elections in Korea. But North side is at that time Soviet Union's control, but North is denied. So election is only in South part, in South Korea.
Okay.
So then 1948, South Korea is born. Yeah. And then 2 years after 1950s is the North Korea, Soviet Union, and China. They made Korean War, but this war is not finished. It was only 1953. They just stopped the moment. So it's 75 years is divided.
So South Korea and North Korea were ruled by the Soviet Union, China, and Japan.
So it's the before is that before end of the World War II is world leaders, America and the United Kingdom and the Soviet Unions. They just is talked about that is after finished the World War II, how is Korea is the developed growing up. But first 3 or 4 years is the big countries, United Nations, United States or Soviet Unions look after for them because they already collapsed down is the countries before Soviet is Japanese is entered in Korea.
Okay.
So now they need more law, constitutions and politics, everything. So they want to make new ones. So 3 years after South Korea is all made that. So that's why United Nations asked the whole Korea, do you need elections? So because that is Korea country's individual bonds. But in North Korea is still the Soviet Union's part, and the South Korea is US part. So South Korea is South Korea. The reasons first one is the United States never care about that, but the Soviet Unions they just camped down North and South everywhere. So this means communism in come to the Korea.
Those who don't know your personal story, you are a defector from North Korea. And Ji escaped the country twice, which she will talk about more in detail. And what are your first memories of North Korea growing up as a child?
When I lived in North Korea, I learned that North Korea is not into envy and the great socialism country in our world.
So it's the greatest country in the world, that's what?
Yes, not only East Asia part, in our
In
world.
the world,
In our
okay.
world, and our leader Kim Il-sung was a great leader, not only North Korea, in our world. I learned that this history when I was in trial in North Korea, because North Korea, they never accept any information from outside the countries from into North Korea. So in North Korea, we have only North Korea textbook describing Kim Il Sung's history. So I didn't know that World War II, World War One, or Germany reunifications, or East European countries collapsed down 1980s, Soviet Union's collapsed down 1990s. I never knew that because North Korea never shared about these issues. So when I was a child, I learned that two different emotions. So one emotion is the happy emotions, but that is not personal emotions. It is political emotions. Political emotions. So in North Korea, we have father and the mother is in a home, but we never said to them, thanks my mother, or I love my parents. We never said that because it's on the wall. We have got only one picture. It's Kim Il Sung's pictures on the wall without the family pictures, just only Kim Il Sung's picture in there. So every morning we said, thanks our leader is Kim Il Sung. So in North Korea said that Kim Il Sung is our father. So now is Kim Jong Un is their father, and the Korea Workers Party is our mother. So our father and mother is biological father mother is next to me, but we never trusted our father and mother. We only trust political father and mother. So we first learned that these happiness emotions politically. We never met Kim Il Sung, and we didn't enter the Workers' Party members, but we always proud to them. And the second emotion was hate emotions. We hated Americans and the South Koreans, and also who dislike socialisms.
Okay.
So I never met Americans or South Koreans, but we always hated to them. The reasons that government said that Korea divided, this means America is the divided to two countries, and now South Korea is American colony. So we believed that, but South Korea is not American colony. South Korea is country. They just is people make these countries in 1948, but North Korea is never teaching to us. So that is a kind of two emotions affected all people. It's brainwashed whole our life. So we childhood, we always fight war games with my friends. So one team is North Korean soldiers and one team is American soldiers. So we fight each others, but always North Korean soldiers win. So this is not only play games, it's school times or sports days. We always do that, and we make is American soldiers and kick to them every times. And also political advertisement is all over the street, everywhere, and also make animations, the children's animation, also describing the same. They fight each other. It's Americans always fight Americans. So that is I've learned is hate emotions. First hate emotions learned from North Korea. So that is my childhood. But these hate emotions never improved my personal skills. That is I've learned that when I arrived in the UK.
If we leave political impact aside, if we just talk about the daily life struggles of you as a child, what was the things that you need to worry about? I know that there's a lot of focus on starvation and hunger, so that they used to. Is it true that they used to keep people hungry so that they cannot revolt or organize a revolution? I'm sure when in 1950 North Korea was formed, who was the leader then?
It's Kim Il Sung.
That's the grandfather of the current.
Yes. He died in 1994.
And
yes.
then it was
His father is Kim Jong Il.
Kim Jong Il.
Yeah, and then he died in 2011, and after is Kim Jong Un.
I've heard that from interviews, people who have escaped, and you're one of the lucky few. What was the daily life struggle for you? Was it finding food? Could you normally go out without your parents? How was the life in the town you grew up?
Yeah, that is a good question. In North Korea also was born in 1948 in September, 9th September. So North Korea first rule was to follow the Soviet Unions. So people get the food ticket from government, and then government give to us rice twice a month.
So you get a rise only twice a month.
Yeah,
How much?
twice a month. So we have got everyone is they have got the collect numbers. So example, my house is the every month number 4 and the 19th our food collection day. So we have got everyone is a different amount one a day. So workers, example is father is workers between 700 to 1 kilogram depending on what they worked in companies.
Oh God. So
And then so we have different and housewife is 300 grams a day
okay.
and the student 400 grams a day and the university student 600 grams a day and the infant 100 grams a day. So that is our amount every day. So father collected a food ticket from companies, but if father didn't work 1 day or 2 days, they just take out 1 day, 2 days ticket. If they illness or something that they don't care about that. So father brings our food ticket and then we went to the food collection companies and we get the ticket. So you are not anytime. So you just collected your numbers. So my number is 4 and 19 every month. So number 4, my mother went to the collection day and
300 grams.
yeah, they give to us 15 days amount. So the 300 grams 15 day, how much?
That's the rice that you get on the 4th.
Yeah, on the 4th and on the 19th. But this is not only rice. They 70% is corn and 30% is rice. So, but this is not always 100% to us, give to us. Sometimes 80%, or sometimes rice is not dry, and then when we add the home, it's dry, just is reduce. So when mothers collected rice in a house, and then they divided 15 days, and after divided 3 because it's 3 meals. So we always hunger. We never know that is our food is stomach is full. We didn't know, and also salt and is the soya sauce or something that everything is government give it us every month. It's 1 kilogram salt this month or something that So everything is we didn't enough to use in North Korea, and in special day in North Korea is Kim Il Sung and Kim Jong Il's birthday. That is a very special day in North Korea. So this time is the government they give it to us 1 person 2 eggs or 3 eggs sometimes, or 1 chicken, whole chicken is every family is. So they give to us something. That is only their birthday times. So in North Korea, Kim Il Sung was made wish. That is the one day our country people eat white rice and pork soup. That is his dreams. But he never made it. His dreams. 1956, start to 1956, North Korea deleted Soviet Union systems. They just deleted all world, and then Kim Il Sung made Juche ideology. That is not Lenin Stalin's ideology. They started made Juche ideology. So that is continued happening in North Korea. So now we live in 2024, but in North Korea calendar is Juche 122. So they live in different land. So Juche 122 means Kim Il Sung was born in 1912. So this means North Korea history. So
starts from 1912.
1912. This means Kim's family's kingdom is started in 1912. So that's why their calendar is Juche 122. So first they made Juche ideology in 1956, and then they made the 성분 classifications. So they divided the people into classifications, elite class, and middle class, and hostile classes. So elite classes meaning is the first time was Baekdu mountain class who worked with Kim Il Sung during 1930s when it's Japanese era. But we didn't know that is true or not, but they made that. So this family is a royalty family, and they all lived in Pyongyang side. But
the capital.
Yes, Pyongyang capital. But this loyalty means not forever. If they did wrong, they could be hostile classes. And then
how many classes are there in North Korea?
We didn't know. We just only knew that is Pyongyang citizens is 200,000.
Okay.
So this means only 200,000 elites. I know it could be more than Workers' Party members, more than a higher number, but all new Pyongyang citizens to tourists. So this
And
means
what's the total population of North Korea?
25 million.
And only 200,000 come in the elite class.
Yes, yeah, in Pyongyang, lives in Pyongyang.
And no one can enter
Yeah.
the
So
capital.
so in North Korea, everyone didn't know. North Korea, we have two different identifications.
Okay.
One is a Pyongyang citizen card.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then another people, we have what normal is identifications.
Oh.
So this Pyongyang citizen identification, they have law also included the Pyongyang citizens. So this means I already mentioned it, but also Kim Jong-il, when Kim Il-sung died, and Kim Jong-il mentioned that I need only army and then Pyongyang citizens, and I don't care about another people. So this meaning is Kim kingdoms, kingdoms, they never care about the humans.
So they only want 10% people to
Yes, yeah.
survive, rest 90% they don't care about.
They don't care. They just is only modern slaveries who worked with the regime. Yeah. So that is a part of the North Korea systems. So these systems could be in World War II. It's Nazism areas they divided, but that's the history is only 6 years entered in World War II. But in North Korea now is 75 years. So people don't know much more about these issues.
Mm-hmm.
So we divided. So hostile classes meanings, who was born in the Japanese era was rich, and then education is something that. So they all hostile classes. And also who relatives lives in South Korea, or who left North Korea from during the Korean War and went to the South Korea. So that's families, all hostile classes. Not only one family members, they generations hostile classes.
How many generations?
We don't know how many. But if when political problems did happening in North Korea, they send the 3 generations, send the political prison camp. It's a life sentence.
Wow. Which part of North Korea did you grow up in?
So I was born in North Hamgyong province.
Okay.
That is near the Chinese border,
Okay.
and near the Soviet Union's border.
Okay.
So it's North Hamgyong province is many hostile classes of people lives in.
So you were in the hostile class?
No, until the 60s, I didn't know that is my mother's background, because my father was a Workers' Party member.
Okay.
But until the 60s, because it's just only children stayed in schools, I didn't know my mother's background. But after 16, 17, when we graduated high school, and then we chose university, something that, then we have to check background. So that time I knew that my mother was hostile background.
Oh God. And your father was a worker member?
Yeah, my father's a Work Party member, but my mother's hostile classes. The reasons that is my grandfather left North Korea during Korean War is 1950s Korean War. But my mother didn't tell us. But my father knew that my mother was problems. But my father was no choice. The reasons my grandfather died and my grandmother was disabled.
Mm-hmm.
But she was not disabled. But before during the Japanese eras some gunfires is back. Her is back or something like that. So she was a little disabled, and my father was a second, but older son is my uncle was also little bit disabled, and then he has 3 young siblings. So he is a second, but he just cared all his families. So my father is after my father told us when he met my mother in company, and my mother was a really strong lady. That time my mother drove some company cars. So my father was really envy, and my father talked about that she could be responsible to all family members. So he didn't care about my mother's background. So when he went to his house with my mother, and he told to his mom, is fake. My mother also Workers' Party member.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why they just married.
So they cannot marry if
Yes.
it's different classes?
Yes, in North Korea, we usually not marry the different classes.
What is the religion in North Korea? What is,
주체 ideology.
and that is worshipping the leader?
Yes, yeah. So that's why North Korea did not share any information from outside the countries, and they not allowed any religions. So in Korea, in my country's textbook, also teaching how religion is evil. They also teaching to us. So North Korea is a 주체 ideology, meaning is a 주체 religion, is Kim Il Sung's religion, and they have got the 10 Commandments. But this 10 Commandments is came from is Christians' 10 Commandments. But many North Koreans don't know. Or after who escaped North Korea, and then they found out that is a 10 Commandments. So that's why when we repatriated to North Korea, they choose who visited the church or met the church people, they have to send to the political prison camp. The reasons that North Korea never allowed any religions.
How many people manage to escape every year?
We didn't know that exactly, but it's during the 1990s when famine is started. So that is not only famine, that is genocide happening in North Korea.
300,000 people were
Yes,
killed.
yes, died of starvations.
Or more.
Or more. It's because this starvation is not finished. It's still happening in
Still now.
Korea. Still now, yeah. So last year, the United Nations Food Agency, they published that it's half populations is malnutrition in North Korea. So this means worse than people. Yeah.
12, 13 million
Yes.
people
Yeah.
are
Yeah. Still is
starving in
yeah,
that.
starving and malnutrition.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so after your parents met and you told that your mother lied about, your father decided to lie about her working class and her hostile class citizen. So and then you were born, your siblings were born. When did you plan to escape North Korea? And as a woman there, was there a concept of fear in terms of your safety when you're going out, in terms of for shopping or stuff like that? Did you have time for leisure or just walking around, or you just stayed at home when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, North Korea, they never allowed individuals. So in North Korea, everything is state controls.
Okay.
So in North Korea system is the wake up same time all over the country. So winter is 5 a.m. and summertime is 4:30 a.m. So in Pyongyang,
Winter's 5:30.
winter is 5 a.m.
Okay.
and summer is 4:30 a.m.
And you have to wake up at that time.
Yes, because this is North Korea systems. So in Pyongyang, they have got this nice music in the morning, so people wake up. But outside the Pyongyang, all is in country. We have got the village or apartment. We have a captain, one of the captains in apartment or villages. So every morning, the captain is shouting to us, "Wake up, wake up!" And then everyone is wake up together. So and then. Today is the first floor, they're cleaning the outside the road. Second floor cleaning the inside the road, or third floor is cleaning apartment. So that is our rules. So if you didn't come out, and then captain is shouting again. Example, I was living apartment, so my floor is third, and the number is 4. So if we didn't come out, and then captain is shouting, third floor 4 number, why you didn't come? So everyone is listen to us. So we have to go. If we didn't go out, we always punish it.
What was the punishment for
So
waking up late?
Yeah, it's North Korea. They have still systems. Every week we have got these punishment classes.
So there is classes for punishments as well.
Yes, punishment. Why you didn't come out in early morning, something that. So every week, example is in school. Every week we have got the class. So then I first said that this week what did wrong, or I late to school, I didn't
Okay.
and then I choose one of the person and then criticize why you did something that. So that is all countries rule. So apartment is the same every week. We did that. So why you didn't come to clean something? So that is all countries rules. So that's why people. They didn't like it's shame. They said, in front of 30 people every day. So that's why people is every time come out.
What's like, you talked about waking up. Is there a particular time that you have to sleep?
It's the night time is usually we 10 p.m. is sleep. It's kind of presence. It's all rules, present rules. Because usually it's 10 p.m. After that, the electricity is gone. I know now is electricity totally gone. It's started the 1990s. It's North Korea, no electricity systems.
No electricity.
Yes, yeah, no electricity.
Even in the capital.
Just capital Pyongyang. Also, they have got 3 or 4 hours dinner times or something. Not at night times, nothing. And the only daylight is on Kim Il Sung's status in night times, and all over country is black.
Oh God. Oh God.
That is a satellite is already shown to us. So in South Korea is very light, is in the night time, but in North Korea only one place is light. So that light is Kim Il Sung's status in Pyongyang, and every whole country is black.
Okay.
So we have no electricity systems. So that is we started the daily life. And also North Korea, we are not allowed the individual shop or individual businesses because it's still this state controls. So everyone is the same time work companies and the schools. Yeah, and the same time they just is finishing the work. So it's all rules kind of prison rules. So in North Korea mentioned that it's only one country in our world. We are just a tax-free country. So before, when I lived in North Korea, I was really proud of our country is tax-free. But now I talked about that. Oh, that is a prisoner because it's only prisoners didn't pay the tax. You know, the people who lives in freedom countries, we have to pay the tax. So person who not to pay the tax, that is only prisoners. So that means 25 million people is modern slavery in our world.
So, were there any hobbies or activities that you enjoyed growing up? Like, was there something on the television or watching movies, or was there anything of that sort, of playing a sport or something?
North Korea, we have got only one channel TV, but in Pyongyang is 4 channels. So, but it's outside is Pyongyang, it's only one channel TV and one channel radio. So, when you buy TV or radio, you have to report to the police stations first, and then they come to your house, and after they made this one to stop the one channel and put the sticker. So this means you never turned any channels. You only watch the North Koreans. So radio is the same. So if you banned, because your sticker is broken, if you banned, you have to send to the political prisons.
For how long?
We don't know.
Generations?
Oh yes, sometimes generations. If this the turned up is they listen to the South Koreans or something like that, they have to send to the political prisons or executions.
For watching another channel?
Yes, yeah. So that is the first. They controlled our, and then TV is always describing the Kim Il Sung and the Kim Jong Il's histories. Today he visited somewhere. Today some how work. So we always watch the same thing and the same newspaper, one channel newspaper, one radio. So we thought that Kim Il Sung was not human. He's a kind of god, because always telling the truth. He's really hard work. So we didn't see when he was breakfast, lunch, or dinner, when he relaxed, we didn't know because he always work, but he never give up his work. It's kind of history made that. So that's why we just quickly brainwashed this own channel. And the TV, drama, and movies also made that is Kim Il Sung and Kim Jong Il's, and the song, dancing, everything is made about the Kim Il Sung and the Kim Jong Il. We always thanks to them. Without to them, we never survived. So that is all countries make is kind of propaganda advert is brainwashed to us. So we didn't know this kind of my hobbies or my dreams. The reasons that North Korea never allowed our thinking. So that's why they always controlled our lives. So in children's is holiday times, it's in summer and winter holiday time. We never, that is not a holiday. You know that every morning we wake up at the same time and went to some places and we jogging together. It's all morning is jogging together, and after breakfast and then 5 or 6 people together we did homework and lunch, and then we did homework. So that is our holiday. And sometimes it's emergency is calling to us, and then we first labor or cleaning the classes. So this means they never give to us is a freedom moment, because it's a freedom moment meaning it's thinking or something like that. So that's why government always control our just life, daily life is hours, minutes, everything that. So we didn't know that is the hobbies or it's dreams or something like that.
So he has a strong stance on music as well, doesn't he? Like you can't listen to music, and few years ago a 17-year-old was shot 9 times in front of a crowd and his parents, and they were forced to clap. because he was listening to K-pop, and Kim Jong doesn't like K-pop. Is
Yes.
that true or?
It's true because it's the, the Kim Il Sung and the Kim Jong Il is the, I know they not allowed, but they not too much controlled at that times. And then 2009, when Kim Jong Il opened the black market in North Korea, the reasons that people starving, escaped many something problems.
Which year?
2009.
2009.
Yeah, 2009. But after 10 years after he died, and then Kim Jong-un started. But Kim Jong-un is no much more better than his father and his grandmother because he was studies in abroad and
In
then
Switzerland.
yes, yeah, and he understood that his information is quickly changed people's mind. So he's still the young. So he wanted to his kingdoms forever. He wanted to, but if people get the informations, his kingdoms collapse down. So that's why in 2021 he first made that is the revolutionary justice act in North Korea and the youth act, and then Pyongyang language and the culture law. So this means they only allowed the Pyongyang language and the Pyongyang cultures in North Korea. So that's why many teenagers they now watch the South Korea movie or something like that, but they executions to them. So last year they executions teenagers. Before we heard that only they sent the post level, but last year they just executions.
How many?
Last year they just only executions 3 is teenagers, 16s. Yeah, so that is shocking.
For watching South Korea.
South Korea movie and they listen to the South Korea is K-pops.
Wow. So when you were growing up, were you allowed to meet people, and when you were married, how did you meet the person you want to marry?
Yeah, in North Korea, usually they married not is the love each other. We never allowed that because when 17th we graduated the high school and then all boys started is the join military until the day 30s because his military service is 10 or 12 years.
Okay.
So man is all is the started so is the militaries and the females only some females go to the university or companies. So we didn't know that is love each others. I know nowadays they love each others, but during my time in Kim Il Sung and the Kim Jong Il's eras, we have a rule. Man is started married, the age is 27. So that time is man is only service is 10 years. So 27 means when they finish it, so is the militaries. And the females started at 25 when they married. If you not allowed these ages or you married early, something that you have the punishment.
So you cannot marry before 27 for
Yes,
men
yeah.
and for 25 for women.
Yeah. That is during my times in Kim Il Sung and the Kim Jong Il's
Now
era.
it's changed?
So now it's a little bit changed, but nowadays many people they don't allow to marry. They just only live partnerships because they understand it's more, or is some younger people understand the abroad systems. So that is also now is North Korea's criminals is because Kim Jong Un said that is a partnership is criminal things. So you have to marry it and have a child something. But in North Korea nowadays many younger females they don't allow to marry it and they don't like the childbirth because life was really worse. And if a child born in North Korea, they also same thing is life is their parents something that's yes.
So they cannot meet people, or they cannot be girlfriend or boyfriend. So, for example, you're living in a house. You want to say you fall in love with your neighbor. Can you not go into their house or meet them?
No, because if kind of do that is I was fell in love with someone and then we just is contacted and we together in outside. Everyone is criticized to us. Yes, so that is the normally. So that's why in North Korea we married usually is parents. They just is in future your son and my daughter is married together. They already made this promise and then after we married. Yeah.
So, did you get married in North Korea before coming to the UK?
No, I didn't. Yeah,
Okay.
because that time still there is the age gap and also started the starvations. Yeah, so my old sister is married, but I didn't. Yeah.
So, from your family, what year did you escape? And I know that you tried to escape twice. So tell me all about it. What was like the first time and the second time, and the events that led to your escape, like how and why did you decide to, like it's time for me to, because it's not easy to think that way.
Yes, yeah.
So how did you manage to do that?
So in North Korea, in 1994 July, is Kim Il Sung's died. So I know some people asked me to us.
The father of Kim Jong Un,
Kim Jong Un's grandfather.
grandfather died.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is first.
In 1994.
Yeah, first leader in North Korea. So the outside the people only see media is when Kim Jong Il is Kim Jong Un's father died in North Korea, and then people is crying something like that. So people sometimes asked me that is real or not. So it is real. It is real. So when Kim Il Sung died, we cried 21 days when he's
For morning.
Yes, every day, not only morning. In the morning, afternoon, in the evening.
You have to cry.
Yes, yeah. If you don't cry, you didn't cry, it's also a punishment issue. And yeah, it's when Kim Il Sung died and the government published that, don't smile, don't shout, and don't drink alcohol. So that is all rule is happening in North Korea. So when Kim Il Sung died, all people is sad face, darkness, never smiled. But this during that time, summer was really hot. So early morning, before we school or went to the companies, early morning, we first went to the Kim Il Sung starts cleaning, crying, bring the flowers something, and finish the work, and again went to the. So that is the whole North Korea systems. So to these listeners could be think about that. How did we brainwash in North Korea? So that time also we starvings and the government didn't give rice, but the government told to us, it is not our country problems, it is America problems, because the government wanted to buy rice, but America sanctions or something that. But that is never true. Nowadays I understood that is the Soviet Union is collapsed down, Eastern European countries collapsed down, then North Korea's financial problems, and they didn't get any support from East socialism countries and the Soviet Union. So that's why North Korea quickly collapsed down.
How did the leader then die? Is there how do they announce that a leader has passed away? Is there like they have left, like did they have a medical issue or something? Do they
No,
announce?
they never mentioned the medical issues. It's I still remember the 8th July 1994. It's all over the country. We have got this emergency announced at 12 noon. So first time we never talked about the Kim Il Sung died. We talked about that Korea reunifications or something that, because during that time South Korea president and the Kim Il Sung, so they kind of some summit something that's happening this time. So we talked about that is reunifications in Korea. But in 12 noon is the announcers, they wear the black clothes and the black this Korean style clothes, and then she said that is Kim Il Sung died. But they never mentioned that is a healthy problem. So that is North Korea's very security issues. So that is only announced in North Korea. So then in North Korea, we never mentioned their family issues, and we never mentioned that. Example is Kim Jong Il. We only knew that is Kim Il Sung's who was Kim Il Sung's wife and who were Kim Il Sung's son and daughter. We knew that because it's government already published it, but we didn't know the Kim Jong Il's wife or Kim Jong Il's children. We didn't know, but nobody asked that.
Okay.
If you ask these questions, you have to send the political pressure. That is the political issues.
So, for example, you get sick. Do you get to go to the hospital in North Korea? Like, when you are sick and when someone's not well and they're in the working class, do they get access to any health care?
Yeah, in North Korea, they mentioned that healthcare is free, but they are not enough medicines or enough doctors. It is something that so it's always problems.
Have you been to a hospital ever?
Yes, yeah, but they never give us any medicines.
Medicine.
So I bought myself, and then example is I just did injection. So I bought first mine, and then just only went to the hospital. They just injection. So that is all. So that is all happening in North Korea. Started people die starvations, and then started 1995. All people is starvings. So North Korea said that socialism countries never died of starvations. So people who died, that is could be illness. It's
Okay.
not starvations. So we never mentioned that people died of starvation. So just only we said illness or something like that. During 3 years until the 1998, still the happening, we saw the many dead bodies in street. And then every morning we woke up, we heard that our neighbors died of starvation. Everything that's one day my uncle died of starvation in front of me. So I never talked about that my uncle died of starvation because it's my father was a work party member, and that time I also the school teacher. So we are really proud of our leader, and we really hard work to them. But we received the starvations. But we didn't say any words from government. We only talked about ourselves because in North Korea we didn't believe each others, especially family too. If parents they said something wrong and then child reported to police stations, that is all North Korea rules.
Oh.
Is it continued happening?
If your parents say something against the government, your child can also report
Yes,
you.
yeah, that is North Korea rules. And also in outside, many people they just is looking for 5 people every day. So example, me is in a school or in a company, I just is looking for people who said something wrong, and then I reported. And also in during the night time, could be friendly, sometimes friendly parties, something that we never allowed that. If maximum 3, we have to report it to
Okay.
this police station. That is all North Korea rules. So we never said that this is our government problems. We never said this word. This is executions or sent to prisons. So we all scared the moment that. And then 1997, I know that during that time many people escaped to North Korea, but I never talked about the escape to North Korea in my life because I was really brainwashed child, brainwashed adult, and also teacher meetings. Another advertises is the propaganda advertises, and teaching my children is why you don't believe our leaders, something that's so. That is all my work. But then in 1997, my younger brother had problems. The reasons that time my younger brother was joined in military. So in North Korea, another system is that all people pay the loyalty money to government.
Okay.
So we have got amount is a school student every year is 21 is Korean money, and the company is something, housewife or something. So military is the same. We have to pay the loyalty money to government. So if we don't pay the loyalty money, that's also we criticism seasons also not to send to the political but criticism seasons or lots of happening. We shamed not only classmates, it's all schools also.
But how would you give them money if you don't earn any? Because everything is
Yes,
paid for.
that is a big problem. That is only on the money is fathers they get the salaries from government.
Okay.
So this means government pay the salary to my father and then take out all.
So how much is the salary for someone who's in army, and how much do they have to pay to the government?
Army is free.
Free.
Free
No
work.
salary.
Yeah, no salaries. Army is always free.
So what was your salary as a school teacher?
Oh, my salary is the better. This is the not high low. Is this is middle. Is that time is I was is 120 won. I know.
And that's how much in pounds?
I don't know. Is we never counted the pound. That is
Okay.
less than one
Okay.
piece something like
Okay.
Yeah.
Less than 1 p.
Yes, we never counted.
Wow.
Oh yes, we
And
never
in that
counted.
as well, you had to give
Yeah.
the tax.
Yeah. So
Or
North Korea mentioned that they have no tax. It's a free country, but we pay the loyalty money. So that is
loyalty money.
that is a tax.
What was it called? The loyalty money tax, or what was it called? Or
In North Korea, we never mentioned that is the tax meanings, but we call it that is the loyalty money.
Loyalty money.
Yeah, 충성자금. So
Chung Chang.
yeah, 충성 meaning is loyalty, respect,
Okay.
and 자금 meaning is money.
Okay.
So it's respect money. Yeah. So that is still happening in North Korea.
Still?
Yeah, still in North Korea.
Wow.
Yeah. So is my younger brother also military, but military is no paid is they monthly salaries, but in North Korea, in military they have made is business groups, and then they just make money, own monies, and after paid the government. But during the 1990s, all companies collapsed down and nothing to earn. So one day they failed. He paid money to government.
Your brother.
Yeah, my brother is the military soldiers groups.
So he could not pay any money.
Yes, yes. So they the business is they member was five. So they five is just is run out because military is different rules in societies. So they knew that if they didn't pay this royalty money, what happened in future?
Execution.
Yeah. So they all ran out. And then one day they came, just came to home and he said that I was on vacation. But usually in North Korea, it's military person is vacations to home, always followed two another soldiers with them.
Okay.
Yeah, the reasons that if this person came to home and could be did wrong or something, that so soldiers always is looking for. So first time we were so surprised why military is not with to him. And then we just talked about that now the country is all poor, so that's why military didn't come.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 days after, two soldiers came to my house and they researched my brother. So then we understood something problems. And after they put the paper in all of my the locals, and then nighttime they slept on the roof, and someone who is visited my house or something else. So they checked. So when my younger brother came to house and he mentioned that he didn't sleep in a home, he only visited in friend house. So all North Koreans, that they started the 17th in military. So when they came to home, they just played friend houses. So that is true. So we believed that we never care about that. But after when soldiers came to my house and 2 days after, in midnight, someone is knocking my door, and then I opened the door. And I was shocking because it's soldiers, they found out that my brother and they already beaten to him. So he was all blood in his bodies. And then he came to my house and continued the beaten to him until 5 a.m. So me and my father sat down and we saw that my brother is beaten, but we didn't say any word. We didn't beg to his soldiers because soldiers told to us, my younger brother's criminals. So, how we scared in this moment. My father didn't look that, always his eyes closed. And then early morning they went to these train stations because it's with my younger brother. So then me and my father didn't talk any word. I think so 2 days, could be 2 days, didn't say any word. But after 2 days after, my younger brother escaped again. In North Korea, they started in the 1990s, is electricity is gone. So they just arrived at the station in Cheongjin, and then train went to his military service. But in Gyeongsang, is Cheongjin to Gyeongsang is not too far. It's a stop. So when train is stopped, we don't know when it is gone. Sometimes 1 day or 2 days, something like that. And also train window is all broken out.
Okay.
Because people is landed well about us, something that. So the train is really hard to find. So that's why they all broken is the window because people just is landed anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So when trains stop and then he escaped again because he knew that he went to the military, he could be executions, so he had no choice. Could be escaped again, could be his survival.
Have you seen him again?
Yes, so he went to the home and after, when my younger brother is beating something that, and my father was really ashamed and he didn't go out, and after he was brain tumors or something that, so then he didn't move or something. And after my father last wish was to save your younger brother because my younger brother not into the house. He just is well about always is hiding somewhere because military always stayed in my house.
Okay.
So that is my father's last wish is to save my younger brother. So that is my first escape to North Korea.
From North Korea to
to China.
Okay.
It's the first time. It was 1998 in February.
Mm-hmm.
So that time my father was almost died, but he didn't give up his last breath. He just waited. Me and my younger brother left home. So I abandoned my illness father alone in cold dining room, and then me and my younger brother crossed the Tumon River. So I still don't know when my father passed away and where he was buried. So that is the first time I escaped North Korea. But mostly in North Korean people, only Pyongyang city people they got the passport. But it's another outside the Pyongyang, we never get any passport. So
What is the language you speak in outside Pyongyang?
same Koreans, but
Same
it's
thing?
different accents. Something
Okay,
that's
okay.
yeah. So we haven't got any passport. We are because another state modern slavery and also statelessness in this 21st century. So first time we escaped North Korea from North Korea to China is only riverside. Because in south part we have got DMJ is but in North Korea and the China side is only riverside.
Mhm.
So that is a river is a Tumon river is not too far from North and China. Some part is only 1 meter.
Okay.
Yeah, and the big part is only 4 meters.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. No.
But nowadays they have China and North Korea. They made a lot of fence in border areas.
So it's become very difficult to
Yeah,
escape now.
yeah. But in during 1998 until this 2010, they not made too much is fences. So people cross the border, but it's also really risk is behind the North Korean soldiers. If they found out that someone escaped the river, they just use gunfire. So many people died in Tumon River areas.
So just while passing,
Yeah. So me and the younger brother also same is passing, but when we crossed the halfway and then the North Korean soldiers gunfire to us, stop, stop. But without my younger brother, I could be died in the riverside. But my younger brother holding my hand and wake up, sister, we have to go. So then we,
so you got shot.
no. But if my alone in there, I could be died. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Because when I heard is the gunfire and I couldn't move. I
Okay,
just stuck.
shock.
Yeah, shock. Just stuck on to his riverside. But my younger brother just is holding my hand, and then we crossed the border and arrived in China. But in China also, the many smugglers and brokers in border areas. The reasons that is started in the 1990s, people farming and the people cross the border, and then they kidnapped the women and girls and the child and selling human trafficking. So same, we also same. When I arrived in China, in days many smugglers and I was human trafficking.
How old were you?
That time I was 29.
Oh wow.
So I just sold out is 5,000 yuan. So now it could be 600 pound in the UK.
Who were you sold to?
It's Chinese smugglers.
Oh god.
Yeah, we didn't know the who them, but they all lived in border
Border
areas.
area,
Yeah.
so that they can smuggle things.
Yes, yeah. So if we just deny that I didn't do human traffic or something, that they have to report it to police stations, and then we send back to North Korea.
And they sent you back then.
Yes, yeah. If we not listen to them, so I was human trafficking the Chinese man, and then my younger brother repatriated to North Korea, and I still don't know that he's a survivor or not, because it's military and its system is totally different. So, but I never give up. Yeah, I never give up. It's the my nowadays is my younger brother could be mid-40s, but still my image is my younger brother 20s, still the 20s in my younger brother. So
Is it the only family that you've got?
yes,
If
yeah.
He, you don't know if he has survived or not.
Yeah, no. So I still don't know that is my younger brother survive or not, but I never give up my dreams. One day I wanna reunite my younger brother. So that is my first escape to North Korea from.
Why? What happened? Why do you call it the first escape? Were you sent back to North?
Yes, yes. So
how did that happen?
so I was in China. It's a human trafficking. And then I just went to the Heilong Jangsong. It's not is east the side. It's same east side, but not is Chinese Korean region side. I'm just is the only Chinese side is.
When you were in when you crossed North Korea, and before you were smuggled or you were human trafficked, and I'm very sorry that happened with you and all the people that it happens with. It's a very, very inhuman reality of the world. Did you feel any sense of freedom, or were you very happy that I have been able to escape North Korea? Did you not feel anything?
No, because personally, I didn't understand its freedom meanings, and I didn't understand the personal emotions, because all my life in North Korea, I affected political emotions.
Okay.
Yeah, so escape to North Korea, but another dangerous come to the us. Okay.
Yeah, another thing.
Yeah. So
What
when
exactly happened with your brother? Why was he sent back?
the reasons that they only in smugglers, they only allow the women and girls
Women, so that they can sell more.
yeah, because in China, that they just engaged the economics in later 1980s, and then the rural areas, many young women and girls, they just worked in big countries or big cities. So in rural areas, many divorced moms or disabled people lives in rural area. So they need only women and girls in North Korea because that is cheaper than the Chinese women and girls. So that's why China is they never accept this man. Usually it's man because man is usually North Korean man is started military, so they really strong or something that so they little bit scared. But my younger brother issues when we crossed the border after soldiers also followed to our journeys and they researched this my younger brother.
So they found
Yeah.
your younger brother.
Yeah. So my younger brother is not only they didn't pay the loyalty money. They have got is something my younger brother told me that, sister, you don't know much more about my issues. If you know that, you also dangerous. So this means.
So he didn't tell you what
Yes,
problems
Mhm.
he might be facing. Or
Yes, yeah. So that is could be real political issues. Not only they just pay the loyalty money meanings. It's military is something problems. So that's why they always posted my younger brother face in a locals and followed to us.
What was the human trafficking situation, and what was life after you were trafficked?
So first time, that they didn't mention it was human trafficking. They told it was married in Chinese men. So I thought that is married. But when I arrived at his house, and then his mother never said that is welcome me. His mother just stand up in front of me, and she said that I bought to you, and I borrowed lots of money, so you have to pay back to that. So first time I didn't understand is bought me because I'm human. I'm not is something is television or radio.
Object.
Yeah, yes, yeah. I'm human. Why she says that?
So you understood that language?
Yeah, because they are Chinese Koreans, so I understood.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So first time I did understood and I didn't know that I was human trafficking. And then next day it was April. That I escaped North Korea February and the human trafficking is April. So April is the agriculture is started in farmer side. So early morning 4:30 a.m. she just is woke up me and then she said that I just is walking outside. So kind of is a hand up the hand walk is if I walked outside they gave to me rice or something that. So I'm just only kind of sex players and also forced labor into their house. So they not to give to them any money. So one day I was period and then asked to her. I want to buy my pad or something that. So then she didn't give to me money. She just gave to me toilet paper. You can use that. It because she's not. This is not the male. This is a female. And one day, that she told me that is her life is she was lost. Her mother is when she was young, and she grew up is his father, her father's. But she could be knew that is the woman's how is life is really hard, but she never cared. She only care about the money or something that. And then, I wanted to suicide my life because I didn't save my father. I didn't save my younger brother, and my life was really, the slavery life because I was a teacher in North Korea. And also I knew the better than Chinese people some technology. Example is their languages, Chinese language. That is some people they didn't writing their names, but I just is writing my name is Chinese language because.
So you understood a bit of Chinese.
Yes, yeah. In North Korea and South Korea still they used this character.
Mandarin.
Yeah, yes, yeah. This word. So
Okay.
I knew that better than to them, but my life was really it is not human's life, kind of is animal's life. So I wanted to give up my life, but one day I found out that I'm pregnant, and then China also is a communism countries, and they never allowed this child because I was born in North Korea. So it's China also similar systems in North Korea. Every villages they have got the captains, men captains and lady captains. So one day this lady captains came to me and she said that you just abortions this child because my country is not allowed this child. I know, but when this child was born, but I never went to the hospital. She's never. This child also never went to started school. Everything not because also statelessness child. So, but I just changed my mind because that is my last family. Could be this child give to me hope or opportunity. So then I told her, no, I kept my child. And after I wearing these big clothes because nobody found out that my pregnancy. And then I worked until my labor days because if I didn't work out, they never give me any rice. And also winter, the China winter is the east side really cold. It's snow is 10 sometimes 1 meter something that, but they never give to me the proper shoes. I always wearing the kind of slippers. The reason is that they, if I get the proper shoes, escape this land, and all over villages every time they look up me. So then that is all my life in China. And after 1999, is my son was born, and then I gave to him name is Iron. Strong life in China. And then, but China also not allowed this child, so he was statelessness, and also family members never allowed to him. So he's a Chinese man, also is a drunkard and gambling. So he lost some of the money, and one day he came to house, I want to sold out my son because I lost all of the money.
So you wanted to sell your son?
Yes, yeah.
The person you were forced to marry? Or...
Yeah. Yes, Isman. Yeah, Isman okay. Is a biological father. Yeah. So it's the first time, that I just is a fight. First time I just is a beg to him, that is your son. But he never listened to me. He always beat me something. So then I just is holding the knife, and then I told him, if you touched my son, I want to kill you. So that is personally, I first fight evils in front of me. And then I always walk outside with my son because he's especially when I went to the toilet too, I just carry up my son too. If some moment he could be kidnapped my son. So that is all my life in China. But in China, also another communism country, and they work with North Korea. So North Korea, China first made this agreement in 1961. It's during China Cultural Revolution is happening, and then the many Chinese people escaped from China to North Korea. So so they made the agreement. They not allow the country people each others, and all they not allow the refugees. And then 1982 is again when is the China joined this Refugees Act in United Nations. They made two, and then in 1996 also made another agreement. That time is North Koreans escaped from North Korea to China. So they not allowed these people and not allowed the refugees. They are all illegals. And then 2003 is China made a hunting campaign. So it's a hunting campaign means they find the North Korean refugees and then reported the police.
So you were then caught in that campaign? Yes.
So when they contacted the police and after they paid money to them. So in China, they have got double business. First one is they kidnapped to us human trafficking, selling the human trafficking, and then they reported again. So they earned the money twice. One money is human trafficking, selling those. One money is from government. So when I also same somebody reported to me in not police stations. For me, it's foreign office. They just contacted the foreign office. So in 2004, when my son started 5, so I stayed in 6 years in China, and I've learned the Chinese language, and then I did my business in marketplaces. Also evenings I teach the Chinese Korean student is math and science. But this money is I never get the money, hand money. Money is all this man is get to collect the money, and he gambling. But I had a roof in the house, so my son is growing up. So I hope that could be I want to slavery again. It's no matter. I want a responsibility my child. That is first is mother's duty. I only talked about that. I never care about my slavery issues. So 6 years passed. When I arrived in China, I never slept is the whole night. We always is the dangerous, and we always worried about that who is came to my house or not. So in 2004, it was April. In the midnight, is 10 p. after past 10 p.m. And then I listened to that is kind of some sounds in outside. So that time it's not too windy. So my heart is just bumping, and then somebody is knocking my door. So in China, I have no friend, no relatives, so nobody can.
Were you living away from?
In villages, yeah.
No, but were you still living with the same man?
No, yes, same man, yeah.
Okay.
Same man, but it's different places. So
Okay.
people, I arrested twice in police, but I just escaped twice
Okay.
times. So we just moved to Harbin, yeah. First time is me and my son alone is escaped this village, but after when I rented the house, they need ID card something like that. But I had no ID card, so that's why I continued. This man is lived together. So it's when they knocked the door, and then I said, "Who are you?" And somebody is open door. So that time is that I made fake Chinese ID in my house. So I thought that my Chinese is better than before, so it's okay. So it's myself, and then I opened the door, and I shocked. The 10 Chinese authorities came to my house. It's big ones. Yeah, they came to my house, and they said that you are North Korean, so we just arrest you. So I said, I'm not North Korean, I'm just Chinese Korean. I always said that it's Chinese, and then I showed to them my vehicle ID, everything, but they said that already somebody reported you, and they handcuffed me. And after I went to the foreign office, so before I went to the foreign office, I begged to the police, I want to speak to my son, because he slept and then he woke up, he didn't know what happened. So the police said that when we arrived in police and after you just met your son. So first the car is me in there, and behind the car is my son and the Chinese man. And then we went to the police station, and after I spoke to lots of things to him. He's a police. I'm not Chinese, North Korean. I'm just a Chinese Korean, something like that. And then I think they kind of test for me. So they just send me some kind of paper. It's application form. It's a name, where did you born, and your father's name, something. So I just writing everything is Chinese, everything that. So after he said that your Chinese, the world is better than our Chinese people. And then he just the fake ID, and he said that I saw how many fake IDs in front of me, and this could be cheaper IDs, cheaper fake ID. So I knew that I had no money. I can't make that is a real
So
ID.
he got that your ID was very fake.
Yeah, very fake and cheaper. Yeah,
Okay.
because in China, the populations really big and big country, so many people make that is a fake ID. And then he says that no, your Chinese writing, your Chinese everything is okay, but somebody already reported to us, so we have to send back to North Korea. So that time my skies go down because it's my son. What happened to my son? So then I just asked to them, I want to speak to my son, but they never allowed to me. And then they only questions, if you go back to North Korea with your son, that is your choice. And so what do you think, you're with your son or without your son? So I said without. The reason is that is the North Korea also not allowed this child. So if I with him, went back to North Korea, could be my son is not survivable because it's the many the females who repatriated to North Korea. Some females are pregnant, but when we back to North Korea, they abortions child immediately, and also some females 9 months or 8 months ish. But the China also really evil. Is 8-9 months pregnant the mother. How do they repatriate to North Korea? But when they repatriated to North Korea, and also they immediately child born, and after child killed in front of mother. But mother never cried. If mother cried in front of the child, they just immediately tortured. So I knew that. So I just is without him because if I didn't survive or I died in North Korea, could be my son is a survivor in China because China they have lots of food or something like that. So that's why I just is without him. I said without him, I'll send back to North Korea myself. So then I stayed in Harbin prisons 1 week, and then we moved to Tumon. So Tumon is near the North Korea border areas. So when I went to Tumon, and China made big prisons in Tumon areas. That is, they allowed only North Koreans, not Chinese. They allowed only North Koreans. So when I went into there, and there is all soldiers in prisons. So it's 20 soldiers in front of me, and he said that took off your clothes. So I was really ashamed. It's only 20s. Why I crossed my? It's not female soldiers, but males. But they said took off my clothes. I said first time I denied it. Why I took off, and then they just immediately kicked to us, and they just off my clothes, everything, and researched everything. Just they hand by hands. The reasons that in many females when they escape to North Korea and after repatriated to North Korea is many females they hide money. Some females eat and then they never eat rice or something like that. And also females they hide money, so they virgins. So that's why China is just researched everything. How the disgusting thing is 20s females, 20s is months. And then we stayed in these prisons. But every day, soldiers came to this is the ladies' room, and immediately we turn off the clothes, and then it's kind of another sexual violations. The some females period, and the blood is come out, and they just smiled in front of them. That is first my reactions. How evils, they lived in this world, and then after we sent back to North Korea, the North Korea is the same. We sent the first state security camp. So this state security camp is only Soviet Unions and Nazi areas. They have what is this is a state security camp. So in North Korea still this is security state police. They have in North Korea. So first we went to the police stations, and also we same thing. Took off and cross. Especially, the females, they use the pad, and then they just broken the pad too. If they just hide money in there. How disgusting is this? Yes, so that is my North Korea life. And then security camp, they asked to us 3 questions. Before is just only few people escaped, but now it's many people escaped to North Korea and sent back to North Korea. So they have 3 questions. First question is, do you visit the church in China, or do you meet South Koreans? And the third one is someone is journeys from China to South Korea, but they failed and sent back to North Korea. So these people sent to political prison camp, and another people just only re-education camp. So I was human trafficking. I said that, and then I sent the re-education camp, first labor camp.
So first you were then sent to re-education camp to just sort of get brainwashed again.
Yeah. So when in outside the countries we have solitaires, is lawyers, or we have the trials or something like that. But in North Korea, they have a rule. They have constitution also mentioned that you have to find your solicitors or something like that. But that's only law. In North Korea, we never know that it's solicitors or trial meetings. So I sent the re-education camp. I didn't know how many years or how many months do I stayed in there. That is only policy decisions.
What about in the camps? You talked about being abused and being forced to take off your clothes in China as well, in prison camps, and North Korea as well. What was the food provision, and was there any food given, and was it the same rice and
different rice? I know China is give to us rice, but this rice is not full cookings. Yeah, also
it was hard?
Yeah, hard, and also just soup to give to us. So that is rice. But when we stayed in China, Sometimes we didn't eat, but after when we arrived in North Korea, we all regretted. We had to eat this the uncooked rice. The reasons in North Korea they never give us rice. They only soup, but in ground is the dark stones or is sand or something really dirty.
How many people were in the prison? How many women were in the prison together when you were in the same cell?
So we sent to the security prison camp. So I know now is they made big cells, but before is they are small cells. So they have got the kind of just only two corner and is the one room. So inside they have got the three cells, but the three cells the windows only 50 centimeter covered. So kind of that is you are not human, you are animal. So when you enter this room, you have to just your head is back down and into the room. So in this small room is could be maximum is 20 people in one room, but we stayed maximum 100 in one room. So you know how we never moved that. So we just sat down because in a room no window, so we didn't know outside is daytime or night times, but only police say that sleep, and then when you say to sleep, you all people just is down together. Just if you are not, and then we stand up and stand up, sat down is 120 times.
What about going to the toilet if someone has to go?
Yeah, and then this is we have got a 3 room, but it's many people. So 3 room and people is lived in corner, stayed in corner, and all is sat down in the corner. Is men and women together, and then they have got only one toilet. So
100 people, one toilet.
Is not only could be more than 200 people is used to one toilet.
Oh God.
So toilet is only covered 50 centimeters. So when you sat down and you just is so everyone is in there. So before you went to the toilet, you have to ask the police. So when we went to the security camp, we have a number. So my number is 224. So we call it to them teacher, not is the police. Teacher, I want to toilet is number 1 or number 2. So if they said yes, we to go. If they didn't say yes, we never go. And this toilet is not is the automatic toilet. We bring the water outside.
Oh God.
So that's why they're not allowed the many people go to the toilet because it's cleaning is really hard. So every morning they gave to us 1 bowl water. So we just is a face washing, but females, you know that we had period, but we North Korea we are not pad, so
No pads.
no pad. Yeah, it's nowadays is the Chinese market allowed and the pad is in there, but really expensive. So people still not pad. They use the towel. You know that it's all the systems. So in prison is still there is females. That is the biological issues. So it's a period. So we didn't wash up. So when we get the small water, we wash up. I did wash up, and then I was punished. I just put this towel in my head, and the blood is came to me. All came to me. So I said that is, I'm sorry. All said that. I was really ashamed, and then after I gave up my rice, and months after my period is gone, you know, it was really shame because it's a period meaning is females, you know, the life. Yes, and that is not is shameful is issues, but in North Korea that is really shameful issues. So after I was really stressful and give up my rice, and then my period is stopped. And then labor camp, I didn't my period. So my period came to me years after.
Because of shock and trauma.
Yes, it was. I was a teacher, and I was really growing up in North Korea. I learned that North Korea is really behavioral countries and great countries. I've learned that, but this is not great country. That is evils and not humans leader in this country. So what's shock is first time before first escape to North Korea, that I've not is the discrimination is Kim Il Sung's politics or something that. But when I back to North Korea, I saw that's real North Korea. That is kind of eggs yellow. I saw that is this yellows, and then I just is this is not country.
How
I
did you
understood.
escape the second time?
So when I re-education camp, I worked in is a farmer side. So we just is divided the groups. Some group is working in building work, some group is mountain work is everywhere. So my group is only 40 females working farmer side. So in one area, we just is rent the one house, and then they just is knock the all windows, and only one door is in there. So in front of the door is the police slept everything. So in a room, no toilet. So every night we put the two bucket in there, and no electricity. So it's the all days we work in start work 4:30 a.m. until the 11 p.m. And after we have got the re-educations, learning the Kim Il Sung, Kim Jong Il history and the song or something like that. So we slept midnight. So only we slept 3 or 4 hours, but usually you use the toilet in a bucket. So smelling, everything is really disgusting. That is the environment is
Bad. Very bad.
yes.
Inhuman.
Yeah. I think the animal also not never kind of slept that. So when we walked in farmer side, they never give us shoes. So we always walk in barefoot in areas. But in North Korea, farmer side, not is good pavement, every dirty is the animal fees, stones, grasses, everything. And also Eastern Asia, especially North Korea, still cows walk in farmer side. So cow wearing is cartoons. So without the cow and the females wearing these cartons, and we put the lots of stones or fertilizers in there, and we always run out. And if we failed something, and the police immediately came to us and they kicked to us, they tortured to us. And also we use the toilet. They have no toilet, so use the toilet also behind is the police guide. So if you slowly, they immediately just kicked to us. So that is all happening in my during the work days. And one day when I woke up and my leg was swollen and I couldn't move and I couldn't feel this my halfways, and my temperature was 39 degrees. So early morning before breakfast we had to walk outside. So when I walk outside, I didn't walk. I just kind of something is my hand is kind of put. So then when I back to breakfast and we walked there, and after I was just stable because it's high deep is tempers. But first time is the police say that you were lazy, so that's why you just kind of fake something illness. But my leg was swollen again, and the next day, there's kind of purpose, and I just is my trousers is big problems, and then I just is broken out my is the trousers, and then my leg is purple black. So after they said that you cannot die in prisons. So then I went back to the state is at prisons, and after they sent it to me local prisons, local police stations, and then my younger uncle went to the local police station and they signed the signatures.
So you got bail.
Yes. So not paid. That's a signature meaning is that they look after me. I never escaped again North Korea, kind of that.
So it's like a parole or a bail that you're out of prison now.
Yes.
Because of your legs
Yes.
condition. Okay.
Because they said that you are
cannot
not
die here.
died in camp. You died outside anyway. So that's why
They thought you will die.
Yes. And then when I out is prison, and that's after my younger uncle said that he never see me again. Because in North Korea, I did wrong. I accepted North Korea, so that's why my uncle family also problems. They accept me, and he mentioned that now is my cousin is the age is 17, and he just now chose military. So if I stayed with them, and he could be went to the bad the places or something like that. So he didn't allow me. So I was just abandoned issues, and no medicines. But I only talked about that my son. I wanna survive again because my son waited me. So that is all where I stayed in prisons. That's the kind of strength that survived me still. So then after I found out that it's human traffickers. So in 1997, during that times, not many brokers inside North Korea. I know many smugglers is opposite in China. But 2004, the many smugglers, human traffickers in North Korea too, because that is also another business. So usually this the brokers find out that women and girl, especially who already escaped North Korea. The reasons that is a new person could be they find a new person. They also could be dangerous. That they didn't know this new person is spies or not.
Okay.
But it's the already escaped North Korea. These people, the already escaped North Korea. They kind of human trafficking, but they wanted to escape again. They knew that is China. They have lots of food or something like that. So that's why they find that. So I second time is myself human trafficking to China because I want to find it my son.
How
so
much did you pay them then?
That times I didn't pay it because they sold out me in China.
Okay, so they made money off you.
Yes, yeah.
And then how did you meet your son? Did you meet your son? What was the life after you went to China, and how did you then come to the UK?
So when we crossed the border with the broker and me and one of the younger girl, she also human trafficking and old man. So we poor people crossed the border, and then we not walked in roadways. We walked in mountains because in China is many taxi drivers and local people. They all spies. So we not walked in proper road. So we always walked in mountains, and then we have to go is a Chinese the broker house. So when we arrived near the Chinese broker house, but that's a journey, it's a long journey. So we have to taxi on the taxi. We have to go. So when we on the taxi and the Chinese person drivers asked to us a lot of questions, but the three people they can't speak Chinese. So I explained it to them. Is the next two is a broker called North Korean broker. I said my husband, and the young girl is my sister, but she's mute. And the old man is my father, but they all lived in countryside, so and they didn't educations, so they can't speak Chinese. So that's true. Is many Chinese Korean people they can't speak Chinese properly in rural areas. And then he said that, but why did you speak Chinese? So I said, I graduated high school. And then after he said, this is a late night. The communism countries, it's still the country. In late night, while all families moved to this is a city. So then I saw to him is my leg. So that's why my leg is purple dark. Yeah. So I said that is when I walked in mountain and the snake bite my leg. So now we went to the hospital. So then after he believed that, and then we arrived at Chinese broker house, and then after the North Korean brokers really angry to me because he knew that is a Chinese spies. So then I explained everything, and after he just laughing, and you saved all our lives. And then I had to tell them before in North Korea I never told to him my son is in China, but this moment he's really happy because I saved to their life. So then I told to him I had a child here. I want to contact it to him. So first he just denied it because you were promised to us human trafficking. So then we slept the night, and in the morning I woke up, and then young girl is already human trafficking, and the old man is binded to his relatives. It's all gone. And after is a North Korean broker told me that he talked about lots of things last night because he in North Korea he also really dangerous way because his police already knew that he was a human traffickers, but they didn't find any evidence at the moment. So yesterday, if nobody speaks Chinese, we could be arrested in Chinese police and sent back to North Korea. So this means their whole family's executions, especially his two girls, two children. So he said that you saved my life yesterday, so you have to contact your son. So I contacted my son, and he denied it twice times my call, and the third time I said, son, it's mom. And then
how old was he then?
that time he nearly 6.
So
yeah, it's still the 5 years.
When did you escape from North Korea? After 1 year?
Oh, it's 6 months time. That's
6 months.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
escaped
So
again. In
yeah,
6
so
months. Okay.
he was still 5 years. So I said, it's mom, and then he said only one word, mom, and he cried. So he's crying. All people listened to in my rooms.
You remember the number?
Yes, yeah. I forget another address, but I just remembered only number. I never forget that. That is my son. If I forget this number, I never met my son. So that's why that is all I remembered. So I still, Harbin is address when I stayed in places. I forget this address, but number is still remembered. Yeah, so that is a kind of is something is personal, is shocking. So that's why something is removed in my head, but something is still happen.
Okay.
Yeah, so then after my son is open, and then room is really quiet, and everyone is emotional, especially Vance too. Yeah, so after he said that, you have to go, I can't sell you because you saved my life. So today, so I want to save your life. So I really thanks to him. So I hopefully he still survive in North Korea too. Yeah, so that is he's broker, but he also survived is rescues my life too. And then I cannot immediately my son because it's that time my hair was yellow, my skin was the broken because of my situations, my leg was illness. So then I stayed in my mother relatives the house in 2 month areas. So I stayed in 3 months, and after I was better, and then I went to this place, and I just kidnapped my son because I didn't
Want to tell that you're here,
Yeah.
otherwise they would report again.
Yes, yeah, or report again, or they just post label again. So I never do that. I never do that this life again. And I knew that Chinese life is really dangerous. If I send back again, I can't survive. So I just outside, and then when my sons played outside, I just kidnapped my son. That is my son, yeah, because they never care. So when I met my son, another shocking was that he was kind of a street child.
So he was just in the street.
Yes, his families never care about his life. Wearing the dirty clothes, he never wash off all face or something that. So I was shocking. So I asked to him, how did you eat? So he said, daytimes they went to the church, and the church gave to them rice, and the nighttime only slept. And in autumn times, is the family members told to them, if you want to eat, just is outside is collected rice or corns in ground. So he collected the ground is the corns or rice in outside, and then after they give to him rice and soy sauce. I couldn't believe it because he's their grandchild. I know they hate me because they lost money, but this child is their grandchild. But they never care about that. But one of the hand, when I holding my son in my arms, I just is holding the inner world. This happiness moment, I never forget that. Yeah, so then after I wanted to go South Korea, but my journey was failed in Qingdao, in Beijing, and we crossed the Mongol to Mongolia, but also failed. So we back to China again, and we stayed in China 2 years.
Okay.
And after 2007, I met an American Korean pastor, and he sent to us United Nations.
Okay.
So first time is I didn't know that United Nations meetings, so I thought that could be this is another local groups. Yeah. So when I went to the United Nations, they asked to us, which country do you want to go? So that is my first time somebody asked me, is your choice, what is your choice?
So when did you realize there's more countries than just the East Asian countries, China, Japan?
No, it's not Japan. It's only they asked us South Korea or the USA.
No. In terms of when you were in China, before that, when you were in North Korea, did you know there are many countries in the world?
Oh no, I knew only the socialism countries.
Soviet
It's
Union,
Soviet Unions, or China or Czechoslovakia. We knew that is Czech Republic and Slovensko divided. We didn't know. We only knew that Czechoslovakia and the Polska. Polska is Poland. Yeah, Ethiopia, España. España is Spain. Some of the socialism countries, and we didn't know so much about the South Asia countries. We knew that's the Pakistan because Pakistan is some relatives countries in North Korea, something that. Yeah, so we didn't know so many countries. So especially, I never heard that United Kingdom or Britain's in my country. So in North Korea, still said England, Scotland, Wales. That is a different country. So when I went to the United Nations, the choice that is United States, South Korea, or European country. So I choose England. The reasons that in North Korea, England is not the enemy country, and South Korea teaching the American English, but North Korea teaching England English. Yeah, but I didn't learn English. I learned that it's Soviet Russia. So I thought about that if we failed this journey and sent back to North Korea, could be this journey is less than South Korea or US journey.
So you wanted to go away from Korea overall. You don't want to go to South Korea at all.
Yes.
Because you never know.
I never know, and also I also evidenced when I sent back to North Korea how do they threaten in presence or South Korea journey is something like that. So I didn't choose this because I didn't understand the United Nations meanings. Yeah, so that's why I can't believe that these brokers first. So that's why I chose England, and then we arrived in England in 2008 in January. But when I arrived to England and I went to the Liverpool, is the Home Office, and somebody said that is the welcome to United Kingdom or welcome to Britain. So I was really hated the United Nations brokers. Oh, this broker sent to us wrong country. I choose England. Where's the United Kingdom or Britain? But after I understood this, what means United Nations or United Kingdom meanings.
So, was it when you understood the meaning that you are in a free country, did you feel freedom for the first time? Did you feel any sort of emotions? What was your emotions like? Come now you are with your son, and hopefully, all the trauma, all the pain, physically, mentally, financially, all the emotions that you were going through that you did not know exist. How did it feel to finally, have an opportunity to start a new life? Because you know for a fact that only a lucky few have managed to escape. And if you look at the numbers as well over the last few years, since Kim Jong-un is in his leadership, the numbers have just reduced, and few hundreds managed to escape, and it was thousands. So what sort of feeling did you have?
Yeah, it's 2008 when I arrived in the UK. I applied my refugee status in United Kingdom. So first day, we went to the Home Office. So we got the asylum seeker ID card. So I was surprised. First, I've got my real identifications in the UK. So, but still, I was really uncomfortable because in this country, we didn't know if I North Korean, so someone is reported me, and then I sent back to North Korea. Because when I arrived in the UK, I didn't speak any English, and I didn't understand the Refugee Act meanings or United, everything I didn't know. Just only get the ID card first, asylum seeker card, just only that. But still, there is really, not is the feeling safely that I've in first few months, and then I've got a refugee visa quickly. Is the 2 months after when I got a refugee visa, and then Home Office told me that I know that is I couldn't understand English, so always a translator. Okay. So it's the UK Home Office told me that you are now free in this country. You are safe. So when I heard that safe and free, I was crying. I was crying in front of this Home Office, and then I said that just only one word: thank you, thank you, thank you. I did that could be 100 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't share my emotions because I didn't speak English. Just only one word: thank you, thank you, thank you. Because this refugee card means you are safe, you are free. So this means also you are human. It's a lot of meanings. One card is given to us a lot of meanings and opportunities and challenges. Then when I got this card, and after when I arrived home, and we now we have a choice. We move to house or everything is now is ourselves. So in North Korea, in China, they never give to us a personal choice. So we never choose to them. Only government what to do and controls our life. But in here, first time, my personal choice, which house do I rent, or where do I live, or something. That everything is I have opportunities. So But until the 2012, I never talked about that I became human rights activist and also I involved UK politics. I never talked about that. The reasons I didn't speak English and I didn't know the UK histories and I didn't know the understand everything, the freedom meanings, political meanings, human rights meanings, especially women's human rights. So my dream was only I wanna earn lots of money and buy car, buy house or something that is rich person. I want a rich person. Just only that is my dreams. But in 2012 is my son's question was changed my life. He said that, Mommy, I had one question, and then he said that, Mommy, why did you abandon me and leave me? So he said that I knew you never abandoned me, but my 5 years old memories that is still in my head. So when me and my son separated, I begged to police. I want to say one word to my son, wait me, but they never allowed that. So my son didn't understand, and my son didn't know the North Korean meanings or something like that. So that's why 5 years old child always talked about that my mom's abandoned him. So then Chinese people in areas also said that your mom is never come back. The reasons that is many North Koreans sent back to North Korea. Some people died of prisons or something. So that's why they always say that. So my son said that I counted 100 days, but you didn't come back. So when I heard this question, I just cried. I didn't answer to him. I never abandoned you. I can't say that. I just cried. It's first time, before his answer, his questions, I talked about that I only victims and is a painful person. But the first time I witnessed another victims in front of me, but that is my child, my son. So then I just changed my mind. I was a survivor and the victims and the witness. If I didn't speak out, how did this world know that is many voiceless people and many victims and many innocent people who lives in darkness countries under the dictatorship country? So then I started my activities work and tell them all over the world. It's not only my story. I just tell them Westerners people, especially younger people, how freedom is important. Nowadays many people they forget freedom meanings, and also who was born in freedom country, they talked about that freedom is forever. But my experience, freedom comes to us enormous risks, and we don't know that is we success or not in our life if we don't fight evils in front of us. So if I just didn't fight in front of my evils, these evils killed in behind my innocent people. So that's why I'm just standing up and continue to fight these evils. And I just started the learning and involved politics. The reasons that is freedom is not only personal life, including the politics. So without the politics, we don't get 100% freedoms. And also another reason that is usually politics. Think about the refugees and immigrations. They only political policy people. So I want to tell these political leaders, we are not your policy. We are human. We are also freedom fighters. I want to shout at that. So that's why I joined the political the parties and tell them all over the world, especially UK people. We are not weakness. We are continued learning. It's learners. And also we are freedom fighters. We are safe now. It's not our life. We are safe your life, your country's life now.
Oh, Ji Hyun, it's been such a tremendous story of resilience, courage, and escaping such a dictatorship twice, facing sexual violence, assault, rape over the years, being trafficked, learning new languages, saving your son, coming to a new country. It's you can't even write these scripts in a Hollywood film. It's just beyond understanding. It's beyond courageous. And definitely the work you do now and the questions your son asks definitely gives more meaning to what you do, because all that has happened in your life. It's a lot of trauma, it's a lot of inhumanity that you have faced. So I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming to Anshuzum, and it's by far the most difficult conversation that I've had, and I think I will ever have. Because you hear about North Korea, there are so many myths, there are so many perceptions that people have. There's stories about cruelty, executions, but you, being a survivor, a defector, proves that a story of resilience. And if someone gets these chances in life, and it's a very thin chance to escape those country, you are making the most of it by making people aware, standing up to dictatorship, knowing that it's a big risk on your life, on your son's life, on your family's life. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So this is my last comment is that when I grew up in North Korea, I always learned that hatred, each people, yeah, but that hatred never improved our lives. So nowadays in not only United Kingdom, it's all over the world. We hated each other's religions or communities, something like that. So I want to say that we stopped this hatred. If we stopped this hatred and then we see real people life.
Humans,
Yeah.
people.
So yeah, we are all same human.
Bleed
Same
red,
yes,
all
yeah,
of us.
Yeah.
I believe in that.
I know.
Too.
That is, we are human is a kind of flowers. The flowers, we are different colors, but nobody discriminates flowers. So same, we are humans. So I'm just respected myself. So if you don't respect yourself, you never trust the other people.
I think your journey is also a testament to valuing freedom. People think and take things for granted a lot, that we're just going out, having a full stomach is just taken for granted. But people actually do not know how lucky they are, and your journey is a testament to that. So thank you once again, and we will keep learning from your work, we'll keep sharing your work, and thank you, and keep inspiring.
Thank you so much. Thank you.